Hey guys, it's operations time again. Hey, this is going to be a short video because we're just running the maintenance of way train over here. It's a little bit of a continuation from the last video where I was running my athearn ready to run. Is it ready to run or ready to roll? Either one. It's the RTR SD40-2. I always stumble there because I am so used to saying SD40T-2. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, so we have been running this train up and down the rails here all over the layout because he does not have a current keeper, and we've been trying to find all those trouble spots on the layout where maybe a current keeper just kind of masks that issue, and we never find it. And I found an interesting one over here, and it's been kind of puzzling me, but I'm going to show you how I figured out what I think is the problem here. So if you can see right over here, this turnout right here, we got the turnout that goes out to the little runaround right here. The locomotive kind of kept stalling on it, or at least when I ran it just now, you could see the rear light will flicker a little bit. And so I've been trying to figure out whether it was the points that were dirty or what, and I think I figured it out here. Let's go ahead and run him backwards here a little bit, nice and slow, and he's either going to stall coming across that turnout, or you might see the rear light flicker just a little bit here. Oh, we're almost there. And I think what's happening is, see, there's a little blink right there. Let's see if we get another one here. I think that's it. That was that one little blink there. I don't know if you saw it. I did. But we'll pull him forward here a little bit. Now, I was thinking, oh, I know, brakes off there, guy. I was thinking it was the points that were dirty, and that's kind of what I found on most of my other turnouts. But after doing a little bit more investigating here, I'm going to show you what I did. So I use Pico Electrofrog turnouts. Now, what that means is that the frog right here, which is this V portion, right, is powered by the point. So in this case right here, the point is up against this rail, it's powered, and so it continues to power over here. And then what happens is there's a little connector right underneath here, and it actually powers the entire frog. So the entire frog, this entire rail, and actually this entire rail all the way down the other point are like one, I guess, polarity. Is that the right way to say it, right? And then when we flip it over this way, now this point is disconnected, this one's connected and gets power right there. And that powers this entire section all the way up to there, where you can see there's a gap. So now this entire section is powered, including all the way down here to this point. But when the train's running over, right, one wheel's on this end right here, the other one is on the inside here. So this point is the same polarity as this. This rail is the opposite one right there. But let me show you how I did a little troubleshooting here with my handy dandy LED light. So I've got one of these El Cheapo little LED lights, just a couple of lines right there. And what I can do is I can touch, flip it over like that. So I can touch the rails, and if we get a light, it means it's getting power. If I can get it on here, there we go. Touching the power, we're good right there. If I touch the power down here, it's good right there, and there we go. But if I touch the frog where it's supposed to be powered, no light. No light. And just looking at two different sections right here, we get a light right there. If I can get my situated there, right? Let me show you what's going on. So I know that underneath the Pico frogs here, I'm going to take this guy off so he's not as noisy right here for us. There we go. Now we can talk. So underneath the Pico turnout, I should say, there is a connection between here, point that out, between here and here. There's usually a little wire that jumps right there. And the way I figured that out is I grab one of my other turnouts right here, and if we take a look at it, obviously it's upside down and reversed, and hopefully you get the good lighting right there. But right down in there is that same spot, and you can see a little wire right there. Now, I'm not sure if for some reason either this turnout is not an electrofrog, or maybe it's one of my old turnouts. Maybe I when I first started building the layout, I screwed something up, and maybe I cut those two, because I remember when I first started building the layout and I was trying to figure out Pico electrofrog and wiring them, and if you look at the little diagrams on the back of the packages and they're confusing, it's like, oh my goodness, seriously, they really need to put the instructions in like English, right? Get it? Pico, British, English. Anyway, but yeah, they're not as straightforward. They might be a little bit too confusing, but in effect, because the points power the entire frog assembly, depending on which direction they're thrown, that is why on the inside of here is where you have the insulated rail joiners. Even though they're brown right there, that's because they're spray painted. Those are plastic. That's why that's insulated, because it just allows it to pick up the power from the points. Anyway, it's not the points. I think for some reason the two wires right here are cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and probably put a little bead of solder right there, because I think those are missing, and it's not getting the power it needs. So just a little tidbit there. I'm going to go ahead and solder that up, and then we'll take a look and see if it works. All right, and of course, FedEx guy's got to show up right when I'm doing a video. Hey, but anyway, what I was going to say is it's nice to have a little contraption like this, and it's just a little LED light that you can pick up off of Amazon. Very, very cheap. You can get a whole bunch of these, and other people have made little, nice little doohickeys where it's all wired up and it's got a little thing that goes on the track, just to show you whether you've got the track power and whatnot. Or you can just put alligator clips on either end, however you want to do it. But just to let you know, I did set up an Amazon store, and I kind of put all this stuff that I use, because I always get questions, like where did I get these little LED lights, and where did I get my palm trees, and where did I get my airbrush, and all this kind of stuff like that. So I set up a link in the description of the video there. It takes you right over to my page there. You can browse all of the stuff I've got on there, like palm trees, LED lights, a lot of my weathering stuff that I use to weather all of my rolling stock and locomotives, and all that kind of good stuff on there. Obviously it's an affiliate link. They kick back, I don't know, a few cents or something like that. I don't even know how much, but it doesn't cost you anything else. It's just they just kind of give me a little bit something if you buy it off of going to look at that link. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do a little soldering over here, and then we'll run this train again and see if we fixed our little issue. Alright, I hope I don't screw this up, because I'm only got a little piece of solder right there. I got a little bit of flux there. I'm going to do the inside of this rail right here. Hopefully I don't light the layout on fire here. Might have to be doing a little bit of scraping there. It ain't the prettiest, but I think I got a connection down there. Here we go. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to go a little bit more here. There we go. And same thing on this one, and then I'm going to come back with a file and kind of scrape that down a little bit. Nope. It was going to look like crap, huh? Alright, there we go. I think I got a connection in there. Okay, now to file it down a little bit, clean it up, and let's get our train fired up, see if that worked. Alright, moment of truth here. So we're going to touch this little end here. I'm going to try to keep this so you can see the light. So this is what was working before, was right there. And now on the other side of the joint now, hey, there we go, look at that. We've got power. And let's double check that again, and I'm going to flip this over, and again it's getting powered from the little point right here, or yeah, point. I get these things mixed up. Yeah. Get my wires connected right here. Come on. Alright. So I think we just got a little bit of issue right there with the dirty. Yeah. That is just a little bit dirty and not making a good connection, so I'm just going to push it a little bit. And hopefully we have power. Nope, not yet. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit more cleanup right there. And that's what it was. Just a little bit of dirt right there on the point. So here we go. There's the frog, and you can see we're getting light right there. So I think that fixed the problem. Let's go ahead and fire up the locomotive and run them down here. Ooh, all right. We're ready for a test run. I'm going to keep an eye on them right here. Keep an eye on that little light right there, the rear headlight. We'll slow it down over here. See how it does. And the reason the headlight was flickering was because there's just an ever so momentary lapse when the front trucks lose power but the rear trucks pick it up, and look at that. I didn't see any flickering other than maybe my own eyeballs, but hey, I think we fixed it. Alright guys, just another, hey, how I do it over here video, I guess. Mini ops, running our maintenance of way train over here. We've got the caboose and the tool train back there with all the Q-tips and all that good stuff. Alright guys, like I said, hope you enjoyed that video, and if you are interested in any little parts and pieces and all that good stuff that I use, go in the description of the video there, hit the affiliate link, and just take a look at the page there, see if there's anything you want to maybe pick up. Take care, guys.